You build some more houses out here in Dry Town, dude. Was there not room for another couple more houses out here? House being built here, house being built here, well going dry here. Man, I hate to be those people. I hate to be the deputy dipshits that are like having a home built here, bro. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being that deputy dipshit? Snowpack's at 2%, water table's at 3%. Let's build a house. Let's build a house. This one is for Norm. Norm MacDonald died. It's more bad news. One of the greatest of all times. Possibly the greatest deadpan comedian that ever lived. Certainly in a very small, very prestigious company for that. No, Norm is not replaceable. Norm is not replaceable. And it wasn't really apparently out of nowhere. Apparently he's been fighting cancer for over 10 years, or 10 years or so. And didn't tell anybody about it. Didn't want anybody to know, I guess. Yeah, old SNL was really good. I don't know how well it like holds up, because a lot of it was, referential humor for that time. That's what SNL was supposed to be, making fun of the news of the day, making fun of the stories that were funny, making fun of the celebrities that were popular. Most people, I think, keep their diagnosis like that quiet until they feel like they want to tell people. I don't think it really has anything to do with him being a celebrity. Seems to me if you die of cancer, the cancer dies too. That's not a lost battle, that's a tie. Yeah. Well, Norm tied. He didn't die, he tied. Well, according to the press release about Norm passing, he just didn't want audiences to look at him different. So you could call that not wanting their pity, but I think it was just more, wanting them to enjoy his comedy in the same way that they always had. Not with like this wistful, like, oh, this might be the last time I see Norm, or who knows how good Norm's doing, or who knows when the last time Norm's going to do this. He wanted people to still have fun and look at him the way that he was. So, you got to respect that. Well, I guess you don't gotta respect it, but I do. Norm was one of those dudes that couldn't bomb. Like when he bombed, it was funnier than if he hadn't. You know what I mean? He was just this naturally, like, he had such a who gives a shit delivery, you know what I mean? That when he bombed, it seemed like it was on purpose, you know what I mean? No other comedian that I know of, manages to walk that line so consistently. Yeah, he bombed on purpose. He would write anti-jokes. Apparently, Basher, a former YouTuber, passed away from COVID yesterday, and he was controversial to say the least. I've never heard of him. Ron Jerry a long time ago that Norm was the type of person to literally throw money into the ocean. Yeah, I mean, Norm was a regular on the Howard Stern show for a long time. Howard Stern interviews tended to get into the minutia of people's lives. Howard Stern, one of the reasons why he's a good interviewer, or at least has been a good interviewer in the past, is because he has a genuine interest in what goes on in the day-to-day, and he knows how to highlight, like, the interesting things that people want to know about celebrities. And you learn a lot about Norm hearing him talk semi-candidly about himself. He was like a gambling dude, you know what I mean? Like, he was always gambling, apparently, just like sports betting and going to casinos and shit. Apparently mostly sports betting. Norm was all into sports. If I were you, you wanted to take a look at some of Norm Macdonald's funniest stuff. Just find one of those compilations of his, news reports from SNL. You know what I mean? Like, he was just great. His delivery was perfect for that. He basically invented that role. You know what I mean? And they still do that gag. So just, you're not really familiar with Norm, that's a good place to start. How do you feel about Beyond Scared Straight? Do you think it's exploitative of the children on it? Yeah, I think it is. I think most reality TV is exploitative. But I think that, like, putting kids in those types of positions is pretty wrong anyway. Like, I understand the desperation that some parents have when a kid goes fucking completely ape shit and they have no control over them. So I guess I can understand, as a last resort, sending your kid to some kind of fucking place like that. But I really can't understand putting it on TV, Yeah, dude, already outlived Norm. Who would have fucking guessed that? Like, whoever would have fucking guessed that? Norm could never bomb because he never gave the audience that power. That's true. That is true. I mean, you could tell that Norm was one of the guys that did it to amuse himself, which is great. I mean, reality TV was like a television producer's dream come true. It was like a show where you didn't have to pay writers. All you had to do was just find like really loud, obnoxious attention whores and tell them to play it up. Stab each other in the back, yell at each other, scream in each other's faces, maybe even get in a little scuffle or something. You know, they give them this little bit of stuff that they know that people want to see, and then they just cut a bunch of assholes loose on an island or something. It's like TV that literally writes itself. No more paying writers, no more doing the hard work of coming up with ideas. Now it's just like, we found 10 gigantic assholes from all around the world, and now they have to live together under strange circumstances. The Real World, Survivor, Big Brother, the list goes on. It really was Survivor that invented that shit. It's still interesting. It's cringy, but it's interesting.
I think like Hell's Kitchen got more scripted as the years went on.
Oh my god, dude, you fucking blew me out of the water with the Hell's Kitchen shit. You were just like, pfft. Remember we were watching one season,
Yeah.
and some person came on and literally made like a fucking microwaved chicken or some shit for the chef, and I'm sitting here thinking like, what a moron. What a maroon. And they like make it into the show, and they're the first ones kicked off, and they make a big deal out of it, you know, made a big scene, spectacle, and I was like, can you imagine being that idiot? And you were like, dude, they totally hired that guy. I was like, what? I was like, dude, it's totally scripted. They had that guy come on to put some interest in the first episode, because usually the first episode is pretty fucking boring. You know what I mean? So they had to have somebody that was a total fuck up. So, and I was like, oh my God. And then it just extrapolates out, like how many of these people on the show are in that position? Because I think it's this. I think that there's a sprinkling of people on Hell's Kitchen that are really there. And then I think there's 2 or 3 that are just there to fucking stir the shit. But I never even thought of it that way until you started pointing out like all the shit that was clearly scripted in it. Everything's fake.
Like there's so many challenges where it's like, this is your last ditch effort to stay on the show. Like someone will fuck up, and then like the very last second they're good. But it's like, why would he want someone that fucked up 2 times in a row and then did something okay?
It's just too scripted. Yeah. It's like somebody, like, here's the 3 episode, this person's about to get kicked off arc. Because they can't do anything right. But then at the last second, they just blow some challenge out of the water because they found a new gear, you know what I mean? And you're just like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I've watched seasons of this and never thought about the fact that none of this is real. Seasons of it. Well, because we had nothing to compare it to other than maybe like wrestling. You know what I mean? When reality TV first came out, you know, we all knew that the world was filled with stupid assholes, and we just assumed that the people on the show were just those stupid assholes acting like stupid, selfish assholes. And a lot of them probably were, but with a fucking underlying like scripted nature. We're just like, okay, we want you to go pick fights today. Like, we want you to try and just get on everybody's nerves today.
I heard that they like fuck things up in the kitchen too. Like they'll switch out like salt with sugar or something.
To just piss people off or
yeah,
what?
So like they think they're doing the right thing, and then it gets to Gordon, and he has a whole freak out or they turn off people's ovens.
I'm sure they do, dude. People gotta fuck up somehow, dude. It would be, think about the most horrible season of Hell's Kitchen ever, where it's like 20 competent people,
Yeah.
like extremely competent chefs that hardly ever fuck up, that know how to cook all the recipes already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would not be that fun of a show. But here I was believing that Gordon Ramsay was really looking for the like head of a restaurant from a pool of mostly morons. You know what I mean? The things we will believe.
A lot of times they don't even like fucking like they're like celebrity chefs at whatever place he puts them at, so they just kind of pose for photo ops more than they're actually back in the kitchen.
Hey, whatever. As long as they're getting paid.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. You out of here, baby. All right.
I'll drive safe.
All right, drive safe. I love you.
Love you too.
I love how you say I'll drive safe, and I'm like, okay, drive safe. Drive safe or else. Let's see. Let's see if I regret bringing this up. Probably. So I saw some shit the other day, and it fucking blew my mind. I guess I just wasn't aware the extent to which the word pedophile had become meaningless. So I saw a video, somebody I followed on Twitter had responded to a video made by that dork Keemstar, who I typically don't follow what he does. But apparently he broke up with his girlfriend recently and is dating a slew of like college-aged girls. So he's like my age-ish, 39 or something, 40, can't remember. And he's dating 20-somethings. And I looked at this thread on Twitter, and it was filled with people calling him a pedo. Like, unironically, though. And I'm like, wait a minute. Because they were like, yeah, dude, if somebody was born when you were just, like, about to turn 20, that's some pedo shit, bro. It's like, he didn't go he didn't go fuck the baby. What? Cradle robber is fun. Like, I'm fine with that. But pedo? And there were just like hundreds and hundreds of comments of people like, making their own voices heard on this. And it's like, has the internet done with pedophile what it does with every other fucking word and eventually used it to the point of meaninglessness? That's what it seems like. At first I thought people were joking, but then I was just like, no, these people are unironically, yeah, this is some pedo shit. And there's one or two people that are like, hey, like, what do you mean she's 20? How's that pedo shit? Well, because When he was 20, she was just being born. And it's like, did he go dick her down when she was being born? I'm like, what? They're obviously envious. I don't even know if it's coming from that. I just literally think that there's like a whole like slew of people who don't know what what the name means, like what the term means anymore. They think it's somebody that's older that's with somebody that's younger, regardless of adult status. That's what they think a pedophile is. If you lived in your mom's basement when you were 26 and you saw a 40-year, okay, I don't know what you were going to say. Cradle robbing is creepy, but legal if 19 or above. I don't even know why it's creepy. Like, what's creepy about it? Can somebody explain that to me? Somebody walk me through the logic of two consenting adults fucking being creepy? Because I really don't know how to care what's going on in other people's fucking bedrooms that much. So somebody explain that logic to me. Creepy is subjective. Okay, sure. So those, like Crescent Slice subjectively said it's creepy. What makes it creepy to you? Get a fucking profile pic. People are saying it's creepy because she's close to his daughter's age. What the fuck, bro? Like, is he fucking his daughter? Is he fucking one of his daughter's friends? If not, I really don't see anything creepy about it. Keem tweeted he's only interested in people who don't remember 9/11, so maybe it's cause that. I don't know. People that don't remember 9/11 are in their 20s now. The age difference and generational gap, that doesn't explain much to me, but thanks. I mean, imagine dating somebody that could be the same age as your daughter. I'm married to somebody who could be the same age as my daughter. Like, theoretically. So, is that creepy? It's weirder if you have a daughter. Why? Right. He's saying he wants to date people that don't remember 9/11. Most people don't remember when they were 2 or 3 or 4 years old. So he's saying he wants to date 20-somethings. Him and every other dude in the world. How's this creepy? I just don't understand it, dude. I just don't. I've never heard it elucidated to me why this is something that other people should even fucking chime in on, much less like be concerned about to the point where they're calling somebody a pedophile and upvoting it. What if you're attracted to a 16-year-old though you are 20? Is that pedo? I don't know. I guess that's definitely closer to pedo than what we're talking about here. That and the power dynamic. fucking God, bro. You really want to police the power dynamic in everybody's fucking relationship? That's what you want to be up to. So you've got enough time in your life to worry about power dynamics outside of your own fucking life? Really? Where do you find the hours in the day? Where do you find the like psychological knowledge to know that somebody's fucking in some kind of unhealthy power dynamic because of an age difference? Like, you sitting in every fucking living room that fits that bill? Just seems like you assume a whole lot about people, and that is something that I try and avoid doing. Yeah, dude, a hobby or two. Something. Wouldn't you be mad if you were an 18-year-old kid and then a girl you liked was being courted by a 42-year-old millionaire? Would I be mad? Sure. But them's the breaks, bro. I can't provide a fucking $1 million and a private jet and shit. That's what she wants. People act like there's like one fish in the sea and that it's being stolen from them by a 40-year-old. Get with it. People have terrible arguments against this. I know. People are always judgmental whenever non-traditional dating standards are applied. It's part of the reason why people are so miserable with sucking up status quo dating. See, the thing about this is an older, more established dude and a younger woman is a tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. This is not like some kind of odd dating standard. This has been a dating standard since fucking civilization started writing things down about it. So this is not some brand new thing that suddenly started happening. Like, can you guys believe here in 2021 we got 40-year-olds dating 20-somethings? Tale as old as time. Find me a time in fucking modern civilizational history where there weren't fucking college-age chicks chasing after more established dudes and vice versa. And where that wasn't widely. Can't wait for Jamie's take on this. Really? That's where you're at? I can wait for Jamie's take on pretty much everything. In fact, let's just go ahead and qualify it. Everything. I can wait forever. I don't need to hear another Jamie take on a fucking thing. So the fact that you're like waiting to pop in there. I have odd dating standards. I don't believe in sticking in a relationship for longer than a few months, but I do it respectfully, and people should be open to anything if it's done respectfully. I guess, yeah. Whatever floats your boat. Lady Hopium. Man, stop reminding me, bro. It's more. It's a more than. It was more than common thing in the past. And I would say in the past there were questionable arrangements, but now it's all voluntary. Dads aren't pressuring their girls to hook up with the banker, right? Or like, at least in Western society, selling their girls into arranged marriages and shit. I wonder if they take the same issues with a 50-year-old woman banging the pool boy. No, they don't. And here's why. And this has always been the case, dude. When it's a male-female relationship, the male has 100% autonomy and the female doesn't know what she's doing. That's always the case. So if it was a 50-year-old man banging the pool girl, everybody would call him a pedo. Even though the pool girl's fucking 22 years old and, halfway through college. But if it's a 55-year-old woman banging the pool boy who's in the same predicament, that's just like, well, whatever, man. He fucking wanted to get a piece. She wanted to get a piece. What's the problem? It's like they have the right idea. But see, the sad part about this is it extends into actual abuse. People think it's less abusive when a female teacher fucks an underage boy. It's not treated with anywhere near the outrage, shock, or fucking craziness that the other side would be. Why? I didn't read anything in the law differentiating, which gender the law applied to. Just isn't. It is what it is. You're trying to place social norms on our biological behaviors, Paul. Men and women are different sexually. I didn't say they weren't. I just said when it comes to having a fucking age, right? Which I agree with. Not arguing against it. I think the fucking age of consent is pretty much right. So if you're going to have that, how do you unequally apply that based on gender? Shouldn't it just be a blanket rule? This is just one of those conversations. Hey, Paul, can you unprivate all the old Google Hangout streams you did? Huh? Oh, yeah, that was pretty fucking off-topic shit. That's true. That was very, very much off-topic shit. There seems to be a mindset of boys liking such abuse, even though they can be just as traumatized. They are just as traumatized. So this is the ridiculous shit about it. The uneven application of law makes laws silly, and it leads to these kind of silly moral panics where you've got a whole generation of people that think a 40-year-old fucking a 25-year-old is pedophilia. And calling that pedophilia undermines actual pedophilia and that's going on. Predatory fucking shit. So that's really all this is about. I was actually blown away. Because I've heard like, oh yeah, it's creepy. Oh, it's exploitative. Oh, the woman doesn't know any better. Oh, her brain isn't even developed. Oh my God, it's creepy. Can you imagine? Blah, 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 blah. I've heard all that shit, and that's all fucking is what it is. But now that's graduated to like, it's pedo shit, dude. It's like a 40-year-old fucking a 25-year-old is pedo shit? Without a child involved? Okay. And it's the same for a lot of terms, dude. Calling a fucking consenting adults fucking pedophilia is the same thing as calling somebody a Nazi to get points on them. That's how the word Nazi became completely and utterly fucking meaningless. Because it just means I disagree with you. Same thing for like fascist. It's just another example of the internet taking a word and spinning it into complete goddamn fucking meaninglessness. Can a 50-year-old date a 70-year-old? Nah, dude. Nah, because when that 70-year-old was 20, that 50-year-old was just being born. Gross. It's pedo shit. Dude, tell that cradle robbing grandpa to stop fucking all the 50-year-old women, man. That's pedo shit. Yeah, we talked about Norm earlier. It's also incredibly sexist and initializing to treat grown adult women like they're naive children. Yeah. Infantilizing is what you meant. Yeah. Yeah. It takes away any kind of sense of personal autonomy that an adult woman has to make choices about who she wants to be with, who she wants to spend time with, who she wants to fuck, and how she wants to fuck them. And it assumes that society needs to white knight for them until they're 30, and then society throws them away like trash. Nobody cares about them anymore after they're 30. They're used up, leathery cougars at that point. But when a woman's in the blossom of her 20s, for some reason, everybody needs to assume what she can and can't do. And this has observably gotten to the point of absurdity where women that choose to have sexual relationships with men that are older than them are being accused of engaging in some kind of consensual pedophilic act. That's how absurd this has gotten. Like a huge swath of people. It's like, eh. If you're not proposing raising the age of consent, hearing someone talk about how a young lady can't date an older person just seems like they want to impose their morality on her and women at large. That's exactly what it is. It's 100% exactly what it is. See, I remember being 20. I remember being 21. And here's what I don't remember happening not one time in my 20s. Some older person coming and slapping a drink out of my mouth or telling me, you can't fuck that chick. Or like interceding in my sex life. Or chaperoning me. My ass was out there in the fucking wind, baby, with everybody else's. So I could be trusted to get myself through that, but not fuck who I wanna. This whole women mature faster than men thing, that might be some kind of like basic truth, but let us not assume. There are some people that are fucking way more mature than you would think they are in their 20s, and there are some people that are in their fucking 60s still acting like they're 12. Hence the Karen outbursts and shit. That's 12-year-old shit. Hence these people like having temper tantrums in stores when they're told to wear masks and all these freakouts that you see and shit. Those are all people acting out like toddlers do. So let's not make assumptions about anybody's fucking maturity. How about we judge individuals as individuals? Yeah. You hear construction, dude, it's all around me. Dumbass building a house right here on fucking dry as a bone, fucking low ass water table and dropping. Dumbass building a house right on the corner. Soon to be sodded with fucking a bunch of grass that's gonna suck up what little bit of fucking water's left in the table. And then there's gonna be a bunch of people out here who purchase these properties dry as a motherfucking. Well, that was a vigorous discussion. Anyway, just something that was on my mind. Saw that the other day. I told Amelia about it. We had like a little conversation about it out here, and it's just like it's like designed to be, I guess, insulting to both people. It implies that I'm committing some kind of criminal act for being with somebody in their 20s, and it implies that she's just too stupid to know who she wants to fuck or be with. You know what I mean? And it's just like, so who is this serving? If it's not serving the 20-something women and it's not serving the 40-something men, who's it serving? Just the people that are bringing it up. Yeah. Just the people that are bringing it up. That's all it serves. It insults both of the people that are involved in the puritanical moralizing that goes on, and it only serves as a little moral self-back pat to the people that bring it up. And the sad thing is a lot of this is about repression of sexual desire. If you want the truth about it, and this is going to be a real hot take. A lot of the people that are just like literally morally outraged at the idea that a fucking woman in her 20s can't date somebody of whatever age she fucking wants as long as they're above the age of consent. This idea, like, comes from a place where you can almost guarantee that those people, when the social media faces off and the lights go out at night, they're looking at fucking teen porn and shit. They're looking at fucking 20-somethings being railed by 40-somethings and shit. It's a part of themselves that they feel dirty about. It's not even jealousy. It's like self-flagellation. It's like they come out in public so... You ever heard the Shakespeare line, "Methinks the lady doth protest too much"? You ever heard that? Applies. It's a little bit of wisdom. Just a little nugget of human wisdom for you there. You just said that a minute ago, sorry. Fast chat, but I echo your sentiment. Right. And you've seen example after example of that. People that are just like vociferous homophobes, and then they get caught with a fucking dick in their ass and some nipple clamps on, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Perfectly consensual adult activity, but these people have spent their entire public lives telling everybody how disgusting gay sex is, how against morals and against God it is, and then they live for it. As soon as they turn that off, it's like, oh man, I got to get a dick in my ass. You don't think it applies here? I don't see why it wouldn't. Ted Haggard's Law, yeah. Haggard's Law, I like it. Oh my God, yeah, dude. The fucking fake ass moralizing that goes on in this civilization right now. Just the Puritans have been back. I've been saying it for years. Puritans have been back for about fucking 25 years now, and they're just not going anywhere, man. Convinced an entire generation of people to institute cancel culture, bro. To poke their noses in everybody else's business before they even know what the fuck is going on. Yeah. Why is everyone so sex negative? America is one of the weirdest places when it comes to sexuality, I think, in the world. There are places that are definitely more restrictive than America, but I don't think any place in the world has our combination of shame and absolute utter fixation with sex. We are simultaneously voracious consumers of every type of porn and publicly just outraged by it. Japan seems to just accept it. Like Japan, fucking the UK is another good example where it's like there's racy shit on TV. There's, way more explicit displays of sexuality just over the airwaves. Germany, same thing, right? But I was talking about this. I can't remember where it was. I think it was in one of the voice chats I do over on Twitter about how it was the Puritans that settled America. So that puritanical streak, even though we're talking, hundreds of years now, 200 years plus, even longer than that when you're talking about the earliest settlers, the earliest Puritan arrivals here. They set the tone, and it's never changed. Well, that's the thing, is like that puritanical outpouring comes with this idea that you're and this is a totally Puritan idea. You are the police when it comes to morality. If you see immorality, something that offends whatever your personal idea of morality is, it is your fucking duty to be Superman and stop it and intercede in it and to be vociferously against it and to push every little bit of it onto other people as you can. It's a very puritanical attitude. It's kind of the antithesis of live and let live. It's like you got a personal moral code, live by it. Don't look out into the world and seek to apply it to your neighbor. Seems fair to me. Of course, living in a civilization requires that we come to some kind of fucking mutual agreement on some baseline fucking behavioral shit. You got to have some level of moral code that says you can't break into my house and fucking kill my kids. You can't break into my house and steal my dog. You can't burn my house to the ground. There's got to be some baseline civilizational fucking norms. But outside of that, your morality is your own, buddy. You're the last thing, and this is the thing too. I'm so on the other end of this fucking spectrum when it comes to morality. Like, I have a very strict personal morality. I know what I believe to be right and wrong, right? But I don't talk about it much because it really doesn't come up. I don't expect other people, like, I can't tell you something that's less interesting to me than the idea of peeking over my neighbor's fence and making moralistic judgments of how they're running their lives or living. I don't even want to know those people, much less know what's going on in their fucking bedrooms. See, even with the shit that we've established as a civilizational norm, it is not my job to enforce that fucking shit. I'm not a law enforcement official. It's my job to take care of mine and my own, my family, my friends, my wife, my animals, my place, my business. That's it. That's where my fucking focus lies. That's where I apply my morality. Everybody else, pop your fucking whoop, bro. I can't think of something less interesting to me than what's going on in some other fucking fuckwit's backyard. I can barely stand what's going on in mine. I wish so much your take on this was the popular one. Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? God, you'd have a sense of like fucking privacy. You know, it's just absurd. Oh, there's a lot of decent parables in the Bible for sure. Judge not, lest you be judged yourself is one of my favorites. I'm gonna move inside if that's cool with you guys. Why am I asking you guys? Fuck you. You don't get no say-so. You don't get no say-so. I'm gonna move this to the indoors where it's nice and cool. But what I'm not gonna do is turn on any music because that gets Paul's ego in trouble. He gets a naughty letter from YouTube saying you used copyrighted audio in your video, Paul's ego. You used copyrighted audio in your video, Paul's ego, and I just can't. Shame, shame, Paul's ego. Shame, shame. Hello, D. How are you, D? What do you know, D? Give you a little verbal spanking, Paul's ego. Because you uploaded audio that you didn't know. Oh, Paul's ego, you bad boy. You're such a bad boy. I don't got my freedoms. I can't upload the shit I want to upload. I don't got my freedoms. Once again, Trump lies. This is Dinor's baby. And he wants to play fetch with it. AOC's got her freedoms. Listen. She wants to talk the talk, but not walk the walk. She's got her freedoms. She's got her freedoms to want to be the next Speaker of the House. She's got her freedoms. I just find it kind of absurd that people are fucking like so concerned with the hypocrisy of AOC at some fucking giant bourgeois party wearing a fucking expensive ass dress with a fucking counterproductive message on the back of it. Like, just trying to act like a rebel at a place where there are no rebels. She's being fawned over for it. You know what I mean? And it's just like they're focused on that and not the fact that she hasn't fucking pulled her vote for a single fucking thing. She hasn't stood in solidarity with the rest of the squad on fucking Medicare for all, $15 minimum wage, student loan forgiveness, none of it. Like, that's how I know AOC is a sellout. The stupid fucking dress debacle just confirms what I've known. She's just another ratchet, yep. It's hard not to feel that way, Phoebes. It's hard not to feel that way, that they're just like flamboasting in our faces as things get worse for us. Sloganeering and tweeting and fucking performatively fucking sitting out in front of the Capitol. Where are they at there? Why isn't AOC donate that fucking dress and use it to finance a fucking sit-in at the Capitol where people are getting arrested? Because she doesn't care. Dude, I saw a picture of the fucking squad making a fucking PR appearance at a Native American protest against the fucking Keystone XL pipeline. Sitting in front of a fucking teepee, looking so bored that they wanted to die, bro. I cannot believe they couldn't get a better picture of these women. Every last one of them looks like they cannot wait to get the fuck out of Teepeeville and to a Starbucks. And it's just like, you might as well just shit on those people down there. Do you guys have a teepee you can set up? We would like to have the women sitting around the teepee like they're contemplating the fire spirit. Oh my fucking God. Staged, disgusting bullshit. Why don't you get on the fucking floor of the house and do something? Rabble rouse, you motherfuckers. But trust me, that's not me giving advice. I've given up. I knew what these fucks were before they ever got into office. I've seen these fucks before. I've seen all this before. Isn't that right, D? We know these people. We've seen all these people before. It's true, huh? You seen them. You been seen them. That's your baby. I don't want your baby. I was playing fetch with you, but you quit. Man, what is your opinion on neoliberalism, D? I agree. I agree on that opinion. Personally, I can't find fault with that. Base D, dude. Yeah. Thoughts on the recent Planned Parenthood charity stream Vosh did? No, I didn't watch it. I didn't hear anything about it. I find out about what Vosh does from people in my community that post shit about what Vosh does on my subreddit. I really don't. I don't follow what he does. Dude, Dinor's always got the hottest take, but he turns out to be right every goddamn time. Isn't that right, D? Isn't that right? Get it. Come on. We'll play some no-luck fetch. You're good at this. Yes, town criers, I know that Norm MacDonald is dead, okay? I know. We covered it. We talked about it. I smoked a joint to Norm's memory. Exactly. Tell him, D. We talked about it. For 3 days, dude, you people will be coming into my shit. Extra, extra, read all about it. Norm MacDonald dead at 61. It's just one of the, don't worry about it. What? Now you're bummed? You should be. Alexander the Great is dead? What? Saith who? This streaming is lagging, for fuck's sake. I'm going to go ahead and put you in timeout. Don't tell me about your technical problems. Nobody cares that you've got a shit fucking internet connection. Nobody cares that you've got 2 bars of fucking LTE, okay? That's a YP, not an OP. Figure it out. People are obsessed with a lot of things. I found that with, doing these types of streams and shit. The weird obsessions that people get hung up on. And it's not to say that they're all bad. It's like I have my own, but the human brain really is just a maze of fucking traps and minotaurs to avoid. It really is. It just leads people down rabbit holes and finds people caring about shit that doesn't matter. And we're all like that. Yeah, I guess we are. To a certain extent, I guess we're all like that. But thinking about it from an individual perspective, it kind of makes things seem even more hopeless, Every human being is kind of trapped in their own coconut, sipping what little fucking coconut water's left in there and beating on the walls of it and thinking everybody else is listening and caring. And sometimes they'll hear some knocks from inside of other coconuts and that makes them feel better. But really, we're all just like prisons of our own mentality, prisons of our own morality, prisons of our own sense of identity. And we're all trapped inside of those prisons with ourselves and ourselves alone. But we're making a go at this like, let's all live together. Dude, prisons of our own coconut, dude. We're the warden of our own fucking meat prison. Yeah, that's really what this show is me letting my coconut bleed, knocking on the coconut and letting a little bit of the crazy that's going on in here out there. People react very poorly to it, but I suspect that if people were as honest as I try to be about my positions, everybody probably hate everybody. You know what I mean? Dude, put the lime in the coconut. How you guys feel about a little chill-ass gaming stream? You guys want to play a little chill-ass gaming stream with me? Does that sound good? I don't really want to sit out here on the couch. I kind of want to go chill in my room. You guys down? You guys want to do a little gaming stream? I mean, we probably won't spend all the time talking about the game. We can continue this line of conversation. I just kind of feel like playing a game that is slightly absent-minded or whatever the fuck. Crescent Slice is like, nah. What game? I'm thinking about playing Monster Train. It's a game I've owned for a while, but I haven't played until last night. I was like, well, this is pretty fun. So I think I'll end this and start one of those. That sounds fun. Maybe I'll do Crusader Kings. I don't know. We'll do a vote. How about that? We'll do a vote.